So I just had someone ask, hope Venti's fine. So Venti update number 4 or something. He's outside right now. Uh, Instead of just trying to keep him inside at night, I'll do that once I get that crate. But right now, he's. It's like I'll sit outside and he's not doing what he normally does. He won't jump up with me. He'll have no problem cuddling up and being, mushy with me when I'm sitting here, but he's so infatuated with Meowsy right now. That time of the month for her, I think. But when she's eating right now, and he'll stand at the door of the porch, and he'll just basically keep watch. And the minute she leaves, he leaves with her. So he's really smitten right now. I was sitting in the chair, and normally he has no problem coming up to me, but no, he's like a hawk. He's looking out for her. But I got him his antibiotic for the day. I gave it to him at it's 12 hours, every 12 hours. The last one I gave to him was 4, 5 o'clock. So I just gave it to him now because I didn't know if he was going to be out there at that time. Gave him the second spritz of the wound gel, and when she's eating or he's outside or he's watching over her or wanting to go out, he's not really eating. So he'll eat. It's not like he's not eating. He is eating. It's just when she's around, he doesn't eat now. So I had to take the pill, and I had it. At first, I put it in his food, into the wet food that I have, but that wasn't working. So I'm like, okay, let me just dump it on the plate. Meowsy's been, she was just chowing down into it. So it looked like he was going to run off again. So I grabbed him. I had the pill. It was covered. It had some food in it, but right on the side of their mouths, you kind of stick it in. You kind of hold their mouth shut, so that way they can't, because they will spit it out. But you put it in, and you kind of hold their mouth shut for a second. That forces them to swallow it. It's a cheap tactic, but you got to do what you got to do to get them in, to eat their, take their pills. And then while I had him, I, reached down. It says don't get in their eyes. I can't tell if I'm not getting it in, but he's constantly moving his head, and I'm trying to I'm putting it right up against his head, but he's keep moving. But his eye, it's weird because it's his eye that's pretty much protected right now because it's the eye that has the film over it. So even if it gets in his eye, it probably won't do much considering most of his eye is covered in that film anyway. But it's right up there, but he keeps moving his head slightly, and I'm like, stop moving! You're gonna end up blind or something. But yeah, I was like, okay, I've got the pill. If I had I was thinking normally with our cats, me and my friend, we would just take it and put it to the syringe and just the same thing, put it on the side of their mouth and it forces to the back of their throat. They have no choice but to swallow it. When you try to put it in by hand, it's more likely that they can spit it out. But like I said, you put it in the side of their mouth, because they're how their mouths go. You put it in between the spot where you can get it through their teeth, and you just kind of hold their mouth shut there for a second, and it forces them to swallow. Like I said, it's a dirty tactic, and I don't like doing it that way. I would have preferred had he just eaten the food, but he's smitten right now with love. Actually, I don't think it's real love. It's more lust. But I mean, he's definitely being a good male, you could say. Like I said, he's standing guard. When she leaves, he follows to make sure she's safe. I mean, you could say he's a gentleman, or a gentle cat. So, she'll run under the house. He'll follow her. But yeah, I was sitting out there, and I'm trying to get his attention. Normally, he would jump up with me, but it's that time of the month for her or something. Being in heat. And he just wants none of me while I'm outside. So he'll have no problem cuddling up with me because I'll be laying down, and he'll be down there laying down. Then he'll get bored from that, and then he'll jump up and either climb on top of me or just lay right next to me. So I know it's not like, oh, he hates. No, I assure you, he doesn't hate me. But if you know anything about cats when they're in heat, yeah, they just ignore everything else, which is fine. I mean, I get it. I do. That's why I just did what I had to do, and he can just stay out there. Once he gets fixed, though, he's going to have to stay in here all day, from morning to night, until he's completely healed up. But he'll have a giant crate to sleep in, so should be fine. They probably won't like having a cone on its head, but I mean, I don't know if cones are really necessary anymore. They tell you, they say don't let them lick it, but our cats managed to keep getting out of the cones, and they were just licking like crazy, and the stitches never came loose. You know? So, I mean, I don't know. Be the one time that something happens. But yeah, so I just thought you guys want to know. He's outside. I mean, it's cold out, but if Meowsy, the delicate little cat that she is, can survive it, he's more than capable and fine. His leg is fine now, so he's not limping. He's running. He's jumping up on things just fine. I keep, like I said, twice a day with the spray and the antibiotics. Apparently, there's no more painkillers to give him, but since his leg is okay, I don't see him needing it, and the wounds on his head are pretty well. The one like in his ear is like scabbed up or starting to scab up, so I imagine he's not in pain from that. So I think the painkillers were just for the leg, and apparently I don't have any more of those. The little, like, these were the ones with the painkillers in them, and there's nothing. There was like 2, and that was it. So I guess they knew that it wouldn't be that much of an issue. And I could tell even by the he still has, for antibiotics, he's still got all of these, but I don't think he'll need them. But it says for like for 14 days, right? 12 hours, 62 5 milligram tablets. Quantity 28. Oh, 62.5. Okay. And there's 28 of them. And these, it says there was 1, but there was actually 2. Yeah, here's the thing. No, those are the treats. Yeah. 3-pack. Quantity 1. It says 3, but there was only 2. Like, this was all that was in there. And then this thing, the Biohand Skin and Wound Gel, it says be careful not to spray into eyes, but I'm not spraying directly. It's more like on the side of his head, but like some of the, is coming off and getting into it. So, I mean, I think it just means don't take it just directly. I'm getting his head, but sometimes he'll turn and it'll like past his eyes. It's not actually going into his eyes. So, but, yeah. Spray to affected area twice a day daily for 10 to 14 days. Be careful not to spray into eyes, which I'm not. I'm spraying and it's on the wound, but since he moves his head every time I spray the next one, it like goes past his face, not actually in his eyes. But yeah, the pain pills, I mean, he's done with pain pills. He doesn't need those anymore. But he's fine. I just need him to be okay enough until he gets to the vet. And then once the vet happens, he'll be able to go back outside during the day, and I bring him in at night. Because, yeah, I'm not trusting him out night. That's like when the raccoons usually come out. I don't need him getting into a fight with a fucking raccoon. I don't. So. But I'll have the prayed over there. It's gonna take. I mean, my room's small, but you know, you do what you got to do. So I'm gonna have it over here in the space that's provided, and it's gonna be kind of diagonal, and then I'm gonna have a blanket or whatever in there for him, or the blue towel that he seems to like, and his food and water, and he has plenty of room to lay down and snooze. So a pet parent's job is never done, even when that pet isn't yours, officially, of course. But yeah, that is the update. I just checked outside when I was getting the bag, and they're gone. They left. So off to enjoy the rest of their day because it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm not even bothering trying to keep him inside right now. It's his leg is better, so all I need to worry about is just keeping the wound, healing that and giving him his antibiotics to fight off infections. But he's better because the leg was really more serious than anything. I thought he was gonna limping around for the next week, but no. So he did obviously just maybe sprain it or whatever made him start limping. Like maybe they bit his foot really hard or smacked it on something as he was jolting off. So I think maybe it's just more of a small sprain, which you get over those in a couple days, hence why he's better. So now I just wait for her to say when his appointment's going to be. And then I'm going to have to try to keep him in all day because the last thing I need is like the day of. And it's like, well, I don't know where he is. So, anyways, that's enough ranting. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.